lead singer named Justin Moore.
We don't do a whole lot of bullshitting up here. We just get up here and play country music.
The Justin Moore podcast is sponsored by Bobcat. Visit them at bobcat.com.
Oh, geez.
Is that, I don't know if you can really tell on that picture, but
Oh, yeah.
like I'm seeing you, I'm seeing
It's like a
I'm
it's
seeing
like a
my,
spreadsheet thing or something.
yeah, I'm seeing you, I'm seeing my garage band, I'm seeing the things I had pulled up before, like online.
Wow.
It's wacky, man.
Wow. Never a dull moment here on the Justin Moore podcast. Welcome back, everybody. This week, we're coming to you as the world's greatest, or the world's two greatest radio high-tech rednecks. And Houston, we've got a problem. Justin just sent me a picture of a screenshot of his monitor that he's looking at.
Cody!
It looks like Max
Jeff!
Headroom. Remember that commercial back in the day? That's what
It's
it looked, Pepsi
trippy,
or
man.
something?
I feel like I'm on something, like psychedelics or something. It's but we're here.
Yeah.
And hopefully you get my audio. You may be hearing my Zoom audio. Who knows? But we are here. Welcome back to the podcast, like JR said. Thanks for hanging out with us. Yeah, I was just telling JR off the air, I guess it's time for me to buy a new laptop. I don't know if you guys remember, maybe a year ago I had a problem. I thought my hard drive had crashed. I took it in. It hadn't, thankfully. But I had some computer issues, and I guess it's finally time. It's like something is burnt onto my screen, and like I'm seeing 4 or 5 different tabs open at the same time, and they won't close out. My toolbar up top is completely blacked out. I don't know. It's almost like like on a TV, if something's burnt into the screen.
Yeah.
You know, but these my laptop has a moving screensaver,
So it shouldn't do that.
for that not to happen. But
Yeah.
we were talking. I guess the life expectancy is about 5 years, according to Cody or Jeff or whomever told me that, which sucks because now I got to go get a new one. And I got this one when South was born, so that'll be 5 years in June. It's almost like they send some crazy something to your devices when they know it's about at that mark or something.
Well, and it's just crazy. We sound like two pawpaws on half the stuff we say on here, but it's another pawpaw saying it. It fits like they just don't make stuff like they used to.
Yeah.
Beside it, I've got my 2009 or 10 over here still working fine, just won't take an update. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's like
I've got that one like you do too. It may be.
It's got all the ports.
I bought it like
you don't need a dongle.
I bought that one. We were in like Minnesota on the road or something back in 08, 09. I don't know. Minnesota. I think it was Minnesota. It was like tax-free weekend. So I bought it without. I didn't have to pay tax on it.
Right.
At the time, I didn't make any money, so it was awesome. But it would still work, like you said.
Yeah, it still works now.
I can't use it because the technology is so different, but it would totally work.
Yeah.
If
I download music on mine,
know.
so when we kick off and I'm listening to music, when you and I are talking off air, I'm listening to the radio through that. I have it hooked up through my speakers here on my desk, and I can still do everything through it, but I can't go on and like I can't get certain websites, and I can't update any of my apps and things. But as far as the browser and my music, I just use it for that. And like I was saying, it still has all the ports. I don't need dongles and stuff. It's got a hole for everything on here. I can put a CD. I can plug the computer or the hard line, my laptop. I mean speakers. So yeah, they just don't make them like they used to. And
the other thing is, you pointed out, I didn't know this, and I'm really bummed about this. I don't know how many Mac users we have out there, but pretty much anyone and everyone in the music business uses a Mac because it's just much easier.
Yep.
Because of the programming and stuff.
Yep. Had that discussion with Nathan this past weekend. I'm like, he's tried to give me some.
And he
excuse.
got a Mac. He's got a PC.
Well, he doesn't have and he doesn't have an Apple phone. I'm like, you got to get an iPhone, dude.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, and he's trying to give me something. And I'm like, bro, just
so that's why we have the green text messages
that's
from
it,
him
because of him.
Golly.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, now he wants to buy a MacBook so he could text through it, so he can stay. I'm like, just get it all. I mean, I know I didn't want to do it either, but it works out here for us. Everybody we know uses it.
Yeah, but no, you had pointed out that for the Mac users, they'll know this. The what is it? The touch bar, is that what it's called?
The touch bar up top. Yeah.
That you can like totally customize to whatever you use the most. It's a touch bar, so you ain't got to go and like seek things out.
Yeah, like on music.
And I use that all the time, but you pointed out they don't make those anymore. They don't put those. And I'm like, so the new one I am forced to go purchase won't even have that. I use it all the time. I'm like, oh man, I've got it all set up like I want. I mean, it's just like.
I think they are going to put some. I think they are going to put some ports on them or something. Maybe they're always screwing with it. What was wrong? There was nothing wrong with that first. Just make it lighter and smaller, and more durable, and we're done. So anyway, well, hey, want to say real quick, thanks to our buddy Granger Smith for coming on the last episode of the podcast. It's good to catch up with him. Look forward to go out on tour with him again. And do some shows this year, man. The first show, Pensacola, in April, is going to be a good one. Looking forward to that. Go to Justin's website, justinmooremusic.com, and look at all the tour dates. We've announced some new ones. You can go through there and get tickets, all that fun stuff. So be sure to check that out as soon as you get done listening to this podcast. But yeah, thanks to Granger for coming on the other week. We talked about when Granger was here about how many different media things he's doing nowadays, and a lot of his is really, really awesome, faith-based, very cool stuff. And I don't know how he has time to do it all, but talking about somebody else who does a lot of stuff, and I talked to him. He's going to come on the podcast here in a few weeks. I started watching his show last night. Was our dear friend Diamond Dallas Page, who has a new show, Guardians of Justice, on Netflix that just came out.
I didn't have a chance to do any educating of myself on that. So is it it's a series he's like starring in, or he developed, or?
We'll get him on to give it all here in a couple weeks. But it's a whole series. It's a season that he's the main character on, and it's like a superhero movie, but it's kind of dark. And it's definitely
I can't wait to watch that then.
It's definitely adult rated, the language and that kind of stuff. But it is what it is. But
have you seen any of it?
Yeah, I watched like 5 episodes last night.
It's just awesome in it.
Yeah, it's good. It's wild, man. I'm telling you, it made me think. I just wrote this down to mention it. Wasn't even going to bring it up today. I was going to wait till we have him on. But when you said psychedelic, because this guy, the show is like I can't remember the guy's name, but it's an experience from this guy, Ari Shankar, I think's his name, Experience. So it's not just like a straightforward movie. It has cartoon. They'll turn into cartoon, and it's real trippy like that. Claymation, stop motion. I mean, and it's just wild. So it's almost like a I don't know. It's just a wild movie, wild show, but makes sense. Superheroes. It was pretty good. It was really good.
Well, it definitely looks like one.
Yeah, it's just I bet other people. I'm just thinking of it as Dallas the whole time, which is hard. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I keep thinking that's not Dallas. This is Nighthawk. It's not Dallas. But so that part's funny. When you know somebody. So, but I would see if I didn't. I do anyway. But if I didn't, oh yeah, I'd love it. I text my brother about it 20 seconds into it. It's like, oh my god, wait till you see this, because he loves superhero stuff and.
I gotta watch it.
Yeah, it's
we're
wild.
watching. We're going through, and I don't know if I told you, we're going through right now and watching all the Marvel movies.
Yes.
I don't know what they call it. In not in order of release, but in order
of the storyline.
Yeah. Whatever.
Gotcha. Chronological order.
That
I guess.
Word. Yeah. Whatever that word is. But,
gotcha.
Because you can do it on, I believe is Disney Plus maybe. I believe it's Disney's app. Whatever one you can watch it on. They give you different options. You can watch it in order in which they came out. You can watch it storyline order, and so that's what we're
that's
doing.
awesome.
And
it lines it up for you?
Yeah, it lines it up. So you ain't
cool.
got to do the research or anything.
Oh, neat.
So, I mean, and I've seen maybe, I think there's 24 maybe of them, and I've seen a number of them. Kate hasn't seen hardly any of them, so I'll rewatch some, and I tell you, the ones we've watched here early on that are just, man, they're so freaking good is the Iron Man. Iron Man. Yeah. I mean, he is so good in those movies. It's just incredible.
Yeah, you and I caught a piece of one the other day on the bus. I think, because we talked about it.
Yeah, three, I think.
3, yeah, we caught a piece.
I have not seen that one actually.
Right. Yeah, I'm a huge Marvel guy. I actually have my the last time I came home from Grants, I have all my old comic books here, and I've got, probably 100
That's awesome.
or so. But I used to buy old ones when I was young, so I've got them from like the '60s and stuff up. It's pretty cool.
Right.
Yeah, some old.
What's cool about it is like we can watch it all with the kids. I mean, they're all kid friendly.
Yeah.
You know, so and South loves it.
Oh yeah,
I mean, he's eating it up.
Yeah,
so.
don't watch Uncle Dallas's show with the kids yet. We go watch that on the bus when he's about 17. Talking about TV shows, we've got a guest on today from the world of television. Our buddy Uncle Dale,
TV star,
TikTok legend. Can you see anything? I can see you're trying to struggle through it. Can you move it any?
Well, I'm trying to find to expand you and make you at least bigger because you're like small right now. Whatever.
This is wild. Hey, and you probably can't even see it, but for everybody out there that's watching on YouTube, I've got some of the new Justin Moore swag that you can get out on the road, and I'm pretty sure you can order on the website now. So come to a show, get you one of these long sleeve.
It don't look like camo. It just looks like a green blob, and I can see my name like 3 times, and it only is on there once.
You need to wear one of these next time you go to Walmart. It's your name on it 3 times.
We got some new hats too, and I've never worn any of my own merch, but I'll actually wear the hats because it's we have for those out there watching, listening, we have a Small Town USA hat, but it's like a flag on it. It doesn't look like I'm wearing my own merch.
Right.
Is kind of the point. That, and then we created a beta hook. What'd you call it? A logo symbol, something. It's pretty cool, and the hat's really cool. I'll wear that hat a lot. So go check that stuff out for sure. But looking forward to having Dale on. He's a trip. He's a character.
Hey, talking about some characters, we'll briefly hit this, and then because we're gonna have them on to tell some of these stories. But I'm looking here because I went to 1037thebuzz.com to look at all you guys when I called in this morning, because the radio show is different because you don't get to see each other, you're just listening. But looking at the picture of Roger and Baz up here, who we had out at Billy Bob's with us this past weekend. Good times with those knuckleheads, man. They are a hoot. No wonder it's not hard to stay up. Once you get there, it's just go, go, go. I mean, it's just.
Well, that's the thing, man.
You're in the blender.
You know, when I'm up for, when I first get up, or the alarm goes off or whatever, I mean, the first 10, 15 minutes of the day, I'm going, what in the hell was I thinking? But then it's fun, you know. Once you kind of get up and you're awake, and because like you said, man, they're some straight up knuckleheads, and we just kind of rag on each other for 4 hours and beat each other up about different stuff, goof off, and obviously we talk sports and Razorback sports in particular, but really for anybody out there listening, you don't have to be a Razorback fan to listen to our show. Maybe the other shows on the station, but ours is more like, we always say barbershop talk.
Right.
You almost feel like you're listening to somebody else's conversation that you shouldn't be listening to.
Right.
So anybody can go listen to that. There's a 1037 The Buzz app. You can also find it on the TuneIn app.
Yep.
So anybody out there, I mean, may be your thing, may not be your thing. You can also get the show every day, the same place you get this podcast. Your iTunes, Stitcher, Spotify, however you get your podcasts.
Yeah.
So I have it sent to me, it just comes to my phone every day.
Right.
Literally like 5 minutes after the show's over. So you don't have to wake up at 6 a.m. and listen. I mean, you can,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, I like that
but
I like
anyway.
that 9 o'clock to 10 o'clock hour. That's more my speed.
Yeah, me too. But
yeah, and I actually downloaded the app, which is the best way. I like my TuneIn. I still use my TuneIn for some of my Tuscaloosa channels and this and that. But
Right.
the Buzz app is awesome. Good job on that for those guys. Yeah,
and you can also we have I guess a webcam, I guess is what it would be, in the studio that you can actually watch us live. I think that's through the Buzz's Facebook page, I believe.
gotcha.
So if that's your deal,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, and like this, and y'all will be able to put it on YouTube like we do this show, so y'all can check it out on YouTube afterwards.
Yeah,
Well,
true.
No longer keep you waiting. Let's see if we can dial in our old buddy,
Speaking of knuckleheads,
the TikTok legend himself, the fun uncle. Let's see if he can do
Drunkle
it.
Dale.
The fun one from down
What's up?
deep south. The fun uncle, Uncle Dale. What's up, Unc?
What's up, man? Can y'all hear me?
I can, buddy.
All right, good. What's up, dude?
How are you,
What
brother?
you doing, man?
Man, I've been out working, so I took a break, come in here and jump on this podcast with you guys, man. How y'all been?
Good, busy. I don't know if you heard us talking about it, but I'm a dumbass and accepted a role as a co-host on morning radio Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 10.
Well, I listened to the Granger episode, and I heard you. I was like, man, that's a lot. And you drive an hour to get there.
I mean, everybody goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what I'm doing. It certainly ain't for the money.
Like you
'Cause it don't
ain't got
pay
anything else
much."
to do. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Yeah, between coaching ball, which you do, and then on this other gig I have, playing music. But
Yeah, small time.
you know me, man. Dale's a big LSU supporter fan. We don't hold it against him, but it's. I get to go talk Razorbacks. I get to interview players and that kind of stuff. So me, it's right up my alley. So other than the getting up early part, it's actually a lot of fun.
Yeah, if I'd have had more time, I would have wore my LSU gear for you.
Well,
Fine.
I
That's
figured
why-
you would.
That's why I didn't give you too much of a heads up.
Yeah.
Strategery.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man. Heck, the last time I was with you guys was in the tour bus after the Lake Charles show. We watched the LSU Arkansas game, and it didn't end up
That's
too well
right.
for us. But
That's right. I forgot about it. Yeah, we were actually just talking to Coach Pittman yesterday on the show, and we were talking about that game, and I had forgotten that game went into overtime.
yeah, I don't remember that either.
Yeah, I forgot about that, but it did. It was, if you remember, like you said, we were on the bus. Where was that, Lake Charles?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We were on the bus. We came back, and it was like in the, I think, fourth quarter or whatever.
It was towards the end of the game. Yeah.
Yeah, tight game, and I think we kicked a field goal first possession in overtime, and we picked a pass off in the end zone. If you remember, I don't know if we did.
Yeah. I'm still living
forget it.
I'm still living a 2019 high with Joe Burrow. So.
Right.
What do you think about your coaching hire? Speaking of
I like it. I think it's going to bring a different level there of professionalism. I don't know. It may clean some things up there. So
right.
me and my buddies, we're excited about it. Heck, look what the guy did in Notre Dame, and he can come down here and recruit some talent down south that's fast to make a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I think he'll be able to. Hell, y'all don't even have to leave Louisiana in recruiting. Yeah. I mean, it's so many. I think, if I'm not mistaken, there's more NFL players per capita in Louisiana than any state.
Oh, I believe it. I mean, like I said, so just think about he's recruiting Notre Dame. You got grades. You got a lot more you had to deal with.
Yeah, and he'll be able to recruit like you said, I think, or alluded to, better athletes at LSU. So I thought it was a
It'll
good
be
hire. I
broader.
couldn't believe he left Notre Dame. I mean, nobody leaves there.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, he had it made too. I mean,
Yes.
I don't think there's any end in sight.
no, I agree.
Yeah, he'll get a couple. He'll get a couple kids out of Texas. Y'all will be good. Hope you don't get too good though. Yeah, that was fun. That was fun. Yeah, after the show, we went and watched the game, and then after that, we went out. I remember going with you and your wife and y'all's friends, and we went out to. My wife was there also, and we all went out and watched the bar band playing at the club inside the casino afterwards. And I mean, you guys were raging. I was just saying, Dale, I know you swapped here, but I was just saying that I remember after the show, we went, me and my wife went with you and your wife and some of your friends and went back into the club for the rock and roll party rock band, and you guys were raging still. You could tell you guys had a night off from the kiddos.
Yeah, well, that wasn't that y'all's anniversary or something? Or
Yeah,
birthday party?
man, I got y'all. It sounds like a robot right now. My audio.
Oh, great. This is a super top-notch professional program here.
Yeah. Are we coming through your earbuds?
Do what? Yeah. It was fine, and it just all of a sudden went bad. What should
Did
I
I
do?
sound weird to you, JR?
No, you guys are all good on my end.
Yeah, y'all sound normal to me.
Let me see something. Let me try something real quick.
Yeah, if you want to
What kind
dial
of
out.
jankety gear you rolling with over there, Dale?
Yeah, I can't even hear what y'all saying.
Yeah, we got to get TLC needs to get some upstanding sponsors like the Justin Moore podcast does, and y'all have better equipment over there. That moment was sponsored by Bobcat. Got me now? You got us now on?
Right.
Nothing. No, nothing.
Oh, hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Well, if you can hear me, I can use my audio from my computer. Sound all right?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
Yeah, it does to us.
It's going to record different, but it's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck's going on, man.
It's all good, buddy. Hey, technical difficulties are an everyday
Yeah.
occurrence here on the Justin Moore podcast. We started off the show talking about Justin and I have identical laptops, and for some reason his over the last week that we didn't use them, he showed up and it's got like a burnt-in screen on it that's just permanently – it's all meshed together. He can't even see us.
Yeah, I can't even hardly see y'all. It's like just completely fuzzy. It's strange. I feel like I'm doing like I'm on mushrooms or something.
I had a TV one
Crazy,
time we
but-
got from a restaurant, and we use it, and if something's not on the TV, you can still see the menu faintly burned into the black. But if something's on, you can't really tell. But yours is just shot. But anyway,
Yeah.
it's working. So,
Yeah, but
we were talking
I
about
guess
– go ahead.
yeah, go ahead.
No, I was going to say getting out and getting a night off from the kids, you being a TikTok star and a reality TV super uncle, have y'all got to do that much since then, or how's everything on y'all's schedule? I know your kids are playing ball, and I mean y'all are community stuff and all that. I mean, what's work life and home life been for you guys post last time we saw you around Christmas?
Yeah, man. Like I said, that was kind of the calm before the storm, and we just finished probably fall ball then, and then we just started 3 weeks ago our spring select baseball season. So we're full force already. So that was a good time to get out. That was my wife's birthday, and so it just kind of happened fall out of night that Justin was playing in town. So I hit him up, and I hit both of you guys up. Said, hey, we're coming, like it or not. So we're gonna come. We're gonna come
Yeah.
party,
I knew it was anniversary, birthday, something. But yeah, that was fun. It's the first time we got to meet you. I think that was the first time we met your
Yeah.
wife.
Yeah.
Because I think prior to that you had come with a buddy or something.
Well, yeah. Last time I brought my other brother-in-law, Nick.
That's right. Yeah. So
Yeah, that was more of a guys trip. Y'all were all janking on each other. The last one was a
dude, yeah.
couple's vacation.
yeah. So yeah, the baseball just started up. We actually just started. Well, we haven't played softball yet, but we started practice. But my bunch, literally last week. Let me back up. 2 weeks ago, we ended basketball.
Oh God.
We started practicing softball this past week, and Dale coaches like I do. So do yours play multiple sports, or they just does he do baseball year round?
No, so he usually plays basketball. This year he didn't play basketball for some reason, but we had a late baseball season, and then we started right back up. Heck, half our boys this year we're finishing up basketball, so we had to like get late pool play games on Saturday so they could play basketball in the morning. So,
Right.
but so far we played 3 tournaments this year, and we got second, we got first, and we lost in the semis. So I mean, we're off to a good start.
Nice. And
Oh,
how old
man.
is he?
9,
9. Okay.
and then my
I've
little
got-
girl's 11. She's in volleyball, so
Okay, so she don't do softball.
no.
Yeah, I man, I've fallen in love with softball. Baseball is my favorite sport, but softball, there's something about it, man. It moves quicker than baseball, and the bases being shorter and stuff. It's a fun game, especially like up at the plate. Like my oldest daughter, who's 12, switch hits. So if you're a lefty and you're quick, man, you can do so many different things depending on where the third baseman's playing. And I've really grown to love it as much as baseball. It's a lot of fun, really.
Yeah, I like watching. I know the college girls; they're fun to watch, man. I mean, they slap the ball, and then they got some of them that just hit homers like crazy. And then they got some athletes in the outfield. I mean, it's just. I've got some customers that has girls that play softball, and I talk to them about it quite a bit. And man, like I said, there's a lot of athletes here in Texas. I'll tell you that in the softball world.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So Dale lives in yard near Houston, right?
Yeah, League City.
And but grew up in Louisiana.
Yeah, grew up in Lake Charles, man.
Yeah, right. We were exactly
you were
right
back
there
in
in
your
your
hometown.
hometown.
Yeah.
But for those out there listening, watching, whatever, so Dale stars in a show called OutDaughtered. And the way, I don't remember how we actually got to know each other, but I knew of Dale and the show because my kids love the show. So and it's a great show, great family show, great show to watch with the kids. And Dale's just kind of the character,
I'm the dumb uncle.
the comedic relief on the show, but it's a reality show. I'll let you explain what it is and how, if you don't mind sharing the story you told us on the bus, like how it came about, because I think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is crazy. So I'm married to Crystal. She has a twin sister, and they have a younger sister. So we've been together. Me and my wife been together. It'll be 20 years in April already, and we're only 39. It's kind of
high school sweethearts. Huh?
Same as we've been together. Well, not you and I, but Kate and I have been together 20 years this year.
Yeah, so we're the same way. I think we were married the same amount of time when we started talking about that.
But, it's small world. We learned this too. I don't mean to interrupt, but at not the last show, but the show prior, that like we know some of the same people in Louisiana. And our wives probably cross paths, or you guys even. You know, it's crazy. Small world, but Anyway, go ahead.
And so, so we all had kids, and then Danielle and Adam had a daughter, and so then fast forward a couple of years, they want to have another kid. Well, they did the not the full on IVF. I don't know all the terms, which they had to do, but from what I've been told from them is doing that, there's only like a 6% chance, I think they said, of having multiples. So they go to do that for their
6?
Is
that what you said?
6%
Wow.
chance. So that's what I've heard. And so they go to get pregnant, and then you find out super quick when you do that. And they called us like a week later, hey, y'all, we're pregnant. So everybody's excited, and then they said, well, it's quads, it's 4. So we're like, oh shit. Like everybody's kind of like this is crazy, like just trying to wrap your head around that. And then they go back like a week or so later to check on everything. And then one of the eggs split into 5, like into identical twins. So they were from 4 to 5, like over a week. And pretty much they said, okay, it's not going to happen anymore from there. And then, then that started the kind of the journey of what was going on. She's got a blog that kind of, like, if there's any moms out there want to check it out. I mean, she's got some crazy story about how she did it, and doctors wanting them to natural select a few to kind of be safer. And they're like, we're not going to play God, I mean, it's one of those deals, like we're going to go with the plan. And, hey, fast forward to 28 weeks and 2 days, she was got delivered all the babies. They're all like over 2 pounds. I mean, so that's pretty healthy for quintuplets.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a cool story and a cool family, and so from that point, how did the TV show come about?
Yeah, so the best way to explain it is so these producers out there, they don't work for the networks, but they have their own companies, and they have like APBs, like networks put out like, hey, we want a show about multiples, or a show about little people, or a show about crazy people down in Floribama, like those party shows. So
Right.
he, the producer of our show, Brad Bogart, good friend of ours, he had a show going on in Houston doing the life flight nurses, which is a pretty cool gig. I mean, he's flying around helicopters with those nurses that life flight people.
Wow.
And so then he heard about the family being in the hospital. She was on bed rest for like a month with pregnant with quintuplets. So he pretty much kind of called her up and said, hey, we got an opportunity for you. We can we can do some stuff. And, worst case, we have a documentary of your birth. Best case, we'll sell it to a network, And so, man, we were still living in Louisiana, me and my wife. So every weekend we'd drive into town and we would film and do stuff at the hospital. So they put together a little 5-minute thing called a sizzle that they pitched to networks. And
sizzle reel, yeah.
Yeah. So for us, I mean, we're, there's 3 sisters, the 3 brother-in-laws, me, Nick, and Adam, we all work together. So our mother-in-law, she's a hoot. I mean, so it kind of just made.
I didn't know y'all all worked together.
We used to. So before, I've been with this company 4 years. But before that, me, Nick, and Adam worked together for years. So
I didn't know that.
So Nick was like the GM. I was the sales director. Adam worked under me. So we all kind of rolled up under Nick. And
Gotcha.
So, yeah, so it was just, they kind of pitched it as a, I don't know, kind of like a modern family kind of reality show.
And Uncle Dale's like, hello.
Oh, hey, dude.
Oh, really?
It's one of those things where, y'all have met me. I'm kind of out there. And I was like, hey, man, I need my screen time,
I mean, come on. Get out of the way, kid.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I will say this. We were watching, I don't know, it was when we first started watching, which was years ago now. And I don't know if it was the Louisiana connection or what, or maybe you are handsome. I don't know. But my wife was like, hey, that's a pretty good looking guy right there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, hey, watch out.
Yeah, come on now. Damn, yeah. Kate. And we half-ass know him. That's Kevin Costner. Come on, knock it off.
That's why I put my hat on for you, Justin. I want to get you to
jealous of the hair.
Yeah.
Hey, I've got it right here, Dale. I just ain't got so much of it back here. That's the problem. I'm losing it back there. But
yeah.
And I said, well, his wife ain't bad looking either. If you want to go there.
Hey, no, I remember you mentioned that when you saw it, you saw me wearing boots. You're like, oh, that guy's got some boots on.
Yeah.
You thought
Yeah.
You thought I was an outlaw, You got some boots on.
And then your buddy says that's the most country thing about him is in boots.
Oh yeah, the boots is about it, man.
Hey, I tell you this, that Applebee's commercial and song would have never made it without you. I'm telling you that right now. That's the only reason any of that was any success was because of you, buddy. I promise.
Yeah, that's what I told people.
I still believe that. I didn't recognize the thing it was on. I wasn't even paying attention to it. I said,
No.
hell, there's Uncle Dale. Then I paid attention. And then it was huge after that.
He texted me or called me. He goes, obviously that song and
jingle
commercial blew up. And he calls, I think you called me, JR. You go, I swear to God, Dale's on there. I go, I said, it wouldn't surprise me. He probably is.
I said, I believe I just saw Uncle Dale on this Applebee's commercial. They play it over and over and over this month.
What's funny? Like, so during quarantine, we got kids. We talked about this when we were together in the bus about social media. My daughter wanted to do TikTok. I'm like, man, it's just too many people out there, too many people that look for that with young kids. I'm like, you're not doing it. And I was like, let me do a family one to where I can shine too,
Monitor it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Shine. I was going to say monitor. You say so you can shine.
Exploit, shine, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. So, man, we started that and we got a big following right away, because of who we were. And then it was fun. We were doing these things and I'm always wanted to dance, and I don't take myself too serious, man. So I just act a fool and wear wigs and shorts and kind of do whatever. But the Applebee's commercial, that one, like I said, that we did that dance there, and then we got an email from a company wanting to use it for the commercial. You know, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead. You know, they paid us for the rights to use the video, and
that's cool.
I was on this TV show for 7 years almost, and I got more hits from this dang 15-second commercial, you know?
Right.
Wow.
Yeah. If you could stand in front of the camera and take a 15-second video and pay your light bill that way, sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
Right. Let's do that. I'll skip the meeting today. I'll catch up with tomorrow. Yeah.
But it was so played. You know, that commercial was played everywhere. I mean, I had people texting me during Monday Night Football saying, "Man, I just saw you on TikTok on the Chili's commercial." You know.
Yeah,
right.
that guy sells. That guy sells out theaters with playing that. And I heard it's all. I mean, my little godchildren went. It's like a family show because of that. Everybody wants to hear that jingle.
I still haven't been to an Applebee's yet, but I'm gonna go in and I'm not gonna pay for nothing. I'm gonna be like,
don't do it.
I helped you out.
Yeah, right. Wear the outfit.
So why, Dale? Why did everybody in the family? Correct me if I'm wrong. Is from Louisiana?
Yeah.
Lake Charles.
Yep.
Which is on the state line for our people who aren't familiar with the Deep South. That's the Louisiana-Texas line, basically.
So why and if this is personal, then that's fine too. But why the move to Texas?
So Nick took a job with this company we end up all working for, and he moved to Texas. And so he did that. And then Adam was working at a place in Lake Charles, and he brought Adam on board to come work over there. So they all moved there. And so we were the last ones. When I had good jobs, I was doing stuff. So I just I stayed back, and then did a few things, worked for the company. We were going to sell the company I worked for. And then I hit Nick up. I was like, "Hey man, I'm ready to come work, you know, for you guys." And so I did that in like 2011.
Gotcha.
And I've been in the oil and gas industry since then. And then we moved in 2016. We moved to Texas, which was the year right after the Quints were born. So it was kind of good timing,
right?
You know, for me, and I wanted to be close to the TV show. I mean, that's just no doubt about it. You know, but, you know, we're a close family, so it was easy.
Well, that's cool too. I think I was going to say to your point, to piggyback off of what you just said. You're close. That's part of the allure of the TV show. Is JR and I both are really super close, tight knit with our families as well, and you know, for example,
and our extended families too. You know, like
my brother-in-law and sister-in-law and my mother and father-in-law moved from South Louisiana up here, you know, so it adds to the allure of the show and the part of the charm of the show too. And I thought it may be because y'all were so close that was certainly that seems like it was a part of it.
We always wanted to be in Texas. It's just when I was working for Nick at first, I covered everything Beaumont, which is Southeast Texas, all the way to New Orleans, Louisiana. So I was along the Gulf Coast, but I wasn't handling Houston. And then so when I got a promotion in 2016, I moved there. And then, but we've been going there for that past 10, 12 years. I mean, we had a life here already. It was easy.
Yeah. So what's up with the show? I mean, is it ongoing or is it
as of
paused right now or?
Yeah, right now we're just taking a break. I mean, they've I guess you could say they fulfilled their contract. Like I said, we kind of fall in line behind what they do with the network.
Obviously,
once they talk and do their thing, and then I would negotiate. Like, you know, we would negotiate contracts as well. But like I said, man, it's been a fun ride. We've been a lot of places.
So I think it's time for an Uncle Dale show. I don't even think
I'm ready, dude.
I think we just go solo. Ready. Not even have your kids, just you all day, every day.
So it may or may not continue from this point forward.
Yeah, I mean, dude, for me, I have no idea.
Okay. But you can find everybody can go find, what was it, like 6-7 seasons?
Yeah, I think 7 or 8 seasons. It was 6 years, but I think it's like 7 or 8 actual seasons.
I know it wasn't a week ago. My 10-year-old said, "Dad, can we watch OutDaughtered?" I was like, "Well, we've seen them all. We really truly have." And she goes, "Can we rewatch it?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I guess." So you can go find them all on the TLC app.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure there's other ways, but I think we use TLC Go, maybe.
That's the one that has them all. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you could go on. I know you can go on Sling and watch them on there too, on their own demand.
But it really truly is. It's a cool story, and obviously you get to know the personalities of everybody. There's not one as good as Dale's, I can promise you. You can, and you'll believe it after you see it, because there's nobody like you, brother.
Yeah.
In particular on that show. I think your mother-in-law is kind of funny on there too.
She's funny, yeah.
And I like when you mess with her about. It seemed like you messed with her a lot about like dating and stuff.
Oh yeah, always, yeah. I always tell her we need a new stepdaddy, you know. So, but no, man. We're a super close family, and I think that's why it translated so well. Yeah. And then I was always myself. You know, I know how my buddies back home. If I wasn't myself, I'd get called out quick. And
yeah.
I'm just gonna be myself, and that translated well because a lot of people said, "Okay, that guy's." He's being real. Like I'm just a fool, you know? So,
right.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I love the TikTok. I got to get everybody needs to go. What we're talking about here, you can't fully comprehend what I'm envisioning until you go watch Dale and his outfits doing his TikTok dances. I'm telling you, it's awesome. I love it. I wish I could come up with that stuff, you know?
Well, and you have to be willing to be out there and be a little goofy, and you're a little more buttoned up. Than Dale, and also, does your wife and her sisters still have their line of clothing?
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm behind me. Can't really tell, but this is my upstairs of my house is a Caddy Fitness inventory, pretty much. My wife does all the packing and shipping and inventory, and so, so they're still going strong. Danielle's actually got a couple like online boutiques, and she's about to open her first like brick and mortar store here in our town. So,
we talked about it, I think, when we were together, because my wife owns a boutique as well.
Right.
Not only a children's boutique, but a women's boutique. So we need to, JR, we need to connect Kate and Crystal and get this line of it's athletic gear, correct?
Yeah. I believe they've talked on social media before. Crystal's message. I heard Kate's talked to some before.
We need to get each other's numbers to them, or what their numbers to each other, or whatever, and get her line of athletic gear in our store.
Yep.
Yeah, no, that'd be good.
Like and Uncle Dale might even do an in-store appearance for the launch.
You never know.
Hey.
Sign him up for an NIL deal.
Yep, he can come on the Morning Mayhem. And then he can be on the lunchtime news out of Little Rock. It'll be great.
Yeah.
He'll have all kinds of media exposure.
We need to do is you guys need to – LSU plays in Fayetteville this year. Y'all need to come up and stay with us, and we'll go to the game.
I'll be good. Yeah. No, I'll be down for that for sure. You guys are always playing us tough, man. It's always a tough game every year. Out of all the years – we'll go to games. I tend to always go to the Arkansas game when they play at LSU, and it's always a fight, man.
Arkansas views LSU as a rival. I don't know that LSU views Arkansas as a rival, but even in years that we're just god awful, we seem to get up for LSU. I don't know why. But I think it was that there was I don't know, maybe a 10-year stretch there where. There may have been more than that, that it was really competitive games, and it was always the day after Thanksgiving. If you remember, on Friday after Thanksgiving.
That's what it always was, yeah.
And I hate that they went away from that, but it is what it is. Now they're trying to cram Missouri down our throats as a rival, which that's nobody really cares about.
I forgot they were in SEC.
But anyway, so you got to go back to work or what?
Yeah, no, I mean, I took off now. I'm good. We're actually going to the Houston Rodeo tonight, so.
Nice.
Who's playing?
It's Tim McGraw tonight.
Wow. Nice. Yeah, that's we've done it 2 or 3 times. That is one of the most fun events we've ever played, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. I was gonna go see JR's boy this weekend party, but we've got baseball out of town overnight. So
dang.
I can't. I was hoping to go see that. I was bummed to give those tickets up because I wanted to go see old John Party.
McGraw will be awesome.
Oh yeah, Tim's killer. Yeah, and I know Cody Johnson played last night or the night before. I saw his band put some pictures up. I'm glad to see. I love rodeos in general. We've got to do a couple here recently, and man, I love a rodeo, that whole environment, and to see a big full house like that for the Houston Rodeo, yeah, it's all. Justin's got the buckle, man, which is like,
oh, that's sweet.
Few times we've lost eyes on that buckle, buddy. You can bet it's all hands on deck. We got to find the buckle.
I think you only get them if you play there,
right?
And they gave me one and. Maybe the first time, it could have been the second time. I don't remember, and I told them at the time, because it was a lot of the bro country stuff. I said, I'm the only artist y'all gonna give this to that'll actually wear it.
Yeah.
You know, and
it's
so
been wearing it ever since.
It's a great event, and it goes for like what 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, it's 21 days or something.
It goes to the end, and then George Strait closes it out. I got a few shows planned with some customers. Like, I'm in oil and gas, so I mean that's a big part of entertaining people.
Right.
I'm going to see Journey. That'd be a cool one to go see. I mean,
absolutely.
Well, I was going to say, speaking of George Strait, if you guys want to make a trip over to Arkansas, you and the wife, we're playing with Strait here in Little Rock in about 2.5 weeks. If you get a wild hair,
man, I've seen that. You know what else? Cody sent me the stuff about your golf tournament, so I've been looking at that right now, just trying to make sure I can get there.
Come on.
Yes, please do.
I'm a 5 handicap, so he told me he might put me on his team.
You need to be on my team.
Okay.
'Cause I'm about a 16 right now. So I don't even know if that even counts.
That's what we ought to do, Justin. Anymore. Shouldn't we be able to stack your team? It's your golf tournament. Can't we stack your team a little bit? I mean, they stick you with our buddies, and it's like, we love our buddies and our financial advisor and all, but let's get a couple of ringers in there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Shine the kid up. Hey, Dale, I want to talk about something that's real cool that I know is happening the day this airs, actually tomorrow. You teamed up with the Front Yard Baseball guys and did this NFT that y'all are auctioning off. And I saw the picture of it on your Twitter, because your Twitter's as funny as TikTok to me. But the picture of you, Uncle Dale, Justin, now you can't see because your screen's crap today, but that picture of you, they got your hair down pat.
Dude, hey.
I mean... it's you. That's so awesome. You got your purple and gold on. Could have got you some better colors on that. They got your eyes a little far apart, but that's all right. Besides that, it looks awesome. So that kind of stuff, and that's the things that's really cool, and Justin does it with his platform that you guys got to get out of that show, is doing things like this, raising money for charities and helping out organizations and stuff. Was that always a thing? I'm sure since you had kids, there's always events and things you realize are going on. Is that something you guys always try to stick to make sure you spend a little time to do that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I know I talked about one thing I did last year was fun. I did a Dance with the Stars event with our local area.
Oh, wow.
It's for underprivileged kids in schools in our area. And I'll tell you what, that was pretty cool, man. I went through 10 weeks of like ballroom dancing. I mean, it was real deal. Then we performed. I performed in front of 500 people. It was on Facebook Live, and I mean, it was a big deal. I mean, you kind of like talk about put yourself out there. I went all in, But
that should have been filmed.
They raised a ton of money for schools and for these kids, and so it's cool to be a part of that. And since then, I've been asked to do other things. I did an Uncle Dale shirt a year or two ago. We sold a bunch of those for a charity. I donated all the profits went to this charity. Awesome. Like I said, it's fun stuff to be, hey, puts my name out there more. But it's a good thing to give back. It's been fun. So, but the NFT deal, I got linked up with that with some buddies that are doing it. Hell, the guy that designed it is a friend. His name's Vito up in Canada. And, me and him collaborated. I said, hey, I want you to do my hair, give me some LSU colors. And he made these NFTs, and so it's still a lot to learn. But the thing is, like, they'll auction these off, and one of them, like, all the proceeds go to charity, and this whole big NFT platform for that baseball thing is about charity. So pretty neat.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I want to get the character. I want to get a bobblehead of that NFT. That's what you need to market. You got room, and I could get you. I know a guy that does shelving. He gets you some more shelves in your upstairs there, and you could just stack them with your bobbleheads.
Dude, hey, I'll do it. I'll do it just like Adam tells people. Nobody loves Uncle Dale more than Uncle Dale.
Uncle Dale, yeah. That's what I say to me. I'm super famous in my own head. Yeah. Look at me. I pedal my own T-shirts too. I get it. But yeah, I saw that, and I thought that was awesome that you guys do make sure to do time to give back and stuff like that. And yeah, getting ramped up school season for you guys. I know Justin and them. We were talking about this past weekend. They've changed their stuff up, going to like a 4-day-a-week school stuff. How's school for you guys?
Well, it hasn't started yet. It starts next year, but I hate the idea of it.
4 days, yeah. I mean, ours is.
When you're in Texas, your kid, are they mass stuff? Are they
No, man,
overkill down there? You good?
No, man. You see on the news. I mean, Texas has been pretty gung ho about things. We've been good. I mean, like I said, our kids are not wearing masks at school this school year. It seems like everything in Texas they're trying to get it back to normal, which is good because you go to the rodeo, you go baseball games, and we went to the World Series last year. I mean, it's all a go,
We didn't even talk World Series because you know who JR and I support, right?
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm the biggest Braves fan. We moved to Texas. My little boy likes the Astros, so I got so much heat whenever it came to say, who are you going to go for? The Braves. I was like,
oh, I didn't know you were a Braves fan. I thought you were Houston.
Dude, I had a Braves tattoo on my back. I mean, that was how bad. I was like,
see, I didn't know that because I see you guys post. I mean, stuff at the Houston game, so I didn't know that.
So my best man, I mean, we grew up. I mean, my wedding present for my best man is a Chipper Jones autograph bat. But I got everything. I've got a Tupperware full about anything ever made of Chipper Jones. I've got it in the packaging still.
Oh, so you were happy either way then?
Yeah, I was like, man, I was cool. I seen the close.
But not in front of your son. You're happier that the Braves won.
No, he would ask me because he knew I was a Braves fan. He's like, you going for the Astros or Braves? I'm like, man, I'm good either way. But I was at the game whenever the Braves closed it out. So to be there, I was kind of pumped up. I was like, man, it was good. I was like my childhood dream that they never would play, be in the same division growing up. But
that's awesome. Awesome.
We've said it on here before because you're our age. You're just a few months younger than Justin, or a few months older than Justin, and the Braves country in the South was expansive because that's just what we had to watch when we were growing up. I mean, that's what was on our channels, TBS. So, I mean, Mississippi, Alabama, Arkansas, Southwest Louisiana. That's everybody. A lot of Braves country, and it wasn't as much as like the cities in the the Northeast and the places that have a city within a couple of hours of them. Are spread out, so that's good. That's neat to know that you were a Braves guy even in Lake Charles.
So my mom's big into baseball. She's the one that got me like playing and watching baseball as young, and then Dale Murphy was there, so I was like, that's my name. I've got a Dale Murphy figurine in the package from 1987 or something like that. I mean, that's the kind of stuff I've collected my whole life. But no, man, the Braves were. It was tough. And like I said, all my buddies were giving me hell when they see me wearing Astros stuff. So I can't believe you, but things to do for your kids.
Justin, would you, if South grows up to be another fan, are you going to wear the other gear for the other team?
I'm not as good a dad as Dale, apparently, because no. Or maybe I'm better because he hasn't taken on a new team yet. My son.
I watched Justin get mad at our friends who send their kids to good colleges, just not Arkansas, and he'll be like, "How could you? How dare you? You're going to buy a place there? You're going to wear that color? How dare you?"
Here's the thing, Dale. Here's the deal.
Which I love it, but I know it's extreme to most people.
I would be okay with my kid maybe going to a different conference. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. But going to another SEC school when I've given so much money to this one that's right up the road and it's fine, upstanding university. Like, what is wrong with you? Like I have great friends and they're tremendous people, but they sent both of their daughters, and I don't know if they failed as parents or what, but their daughters chose now to go to Ole Miss over Arkansas. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with y'all?
What kind of values are you instilling in your family? You
as parents, what is wrong with y'all? So, okay, so let's say that yours wanted to go to, I don't know, pick another A&M or A&M. Alabama or whatever.
Oh, she can't go to Bama.
Would you have a problem with that?
I mean,
as an LSU guy?
I don't want my kids going to Alabama. That's for sure. Sorry,
That's
JR.
what I'm saying.
Hey, I don't blame you.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
blame you.
saying.
But my
I
daughter,
think kids should go to small schools. I think big schools are trouble unless you're really sharp.
Yeah, Ryan. So a couple years ago, my daughter, she says, I want to go to Texas A&M. I'm like, whatever. It's a good. I've actually got more family ties to A&M than LSU because I have a family in Texas that grew up Aggies, But it's still, I was like, hey, I get it. For the girl, whatever. For the boy, yeah, I'd like for him to go to LSU. I mean, that'd be
exactly.
hey, that's a good party school for a boy. I want my daughter going there.
That's what I say about. I lived in Tuscaloosa for a few years after I was in college, thankfully, but still ran with that college nightlife. Yeah, no way. Go to a state. Let's go to a state school first.
The GM of our college. I mean, the GM of our company. He's a Bama alumni, and so man, we gave him hell all 2019. I mean, we were in Napa Valley. The friends that was with us at your show in Lake Charles, that's some of our real close friends. We went to Napa, and that's when they played Bama. And then I remember we were drinking all day. We watched the Bama game, and then we were walking around Napa, FaceTiming him, cussing him out about it.
Oh, I'm sure.
I called the owner. I called the owner of the company. I was like, hey, if we would have lost, we'd have probably had to fire Matt because we talked shit for 6 months, about this game.
Yeah, I never said anything on the 10 years in a row we beat LSU. The one time they beat us.
My wife and I'll never forget that game. But my wife and I were in Charleston actually for like an anniversary trip or something, and I said, we got to go watch this game. I don't care what we do the rest of the trip, but we have to watch this game. And I remember calling JR and be like, man, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm so sorry. But
I wish I'd have known you, JR.
I'm glad you didn't. But that was a hot team. That was a hot team. But lightning in a bottle, man. That's the thing. We've been consistent. Let's see if you guys can get back. It's harder to stay on top of the hill than it is to get there.
Let's not talk about the past, JR. Okay, let's just talk about 2019.
Yeah. You always bringing up old stuff.
At least you sons of bitches have been there.
Yeah. You guys did too. See, it's hard to get back.
We did too in 1964.
At least you got a good baseball squad.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah.
In basketball, I'd love to have a basketball.
Hey, LSU and Arkansas play tonight in basketball. Actually,
okay, I have to watch that.
Yeah,
I would. Yeah. That's a question I no one ever asked, but I would trade one of our football championships for one basketball championship.
Well, you got like 90 of them. Of course you would.
Yeah. You're so generous.
Yeah. Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Yeah. As I sit down here in beautiful South Alabama, God's country as we call it. Hey, talking about back in the day, I know you and I mentioned that our wives and your friends, we all went and listened to some classic rock, like hair metal kind of rock and roll party band music afterwards. And I know you were talking about some of the bands you want to go see at the rodeo. We do a thing on here, it's the Mount Rushmore of country music. But since yours is all over the place, and we know that, you can give us your country music one too. But what was an impressionable young Uncle Dale as a teenager? What were your first musical stuff? Then what's your fave now? And then what do you think is like all-time classics?
He loved that halftime show.
Oh, halftime show was great, man.
It was awesome.
I listened to I listened to the episode when you had Granger on. I heard y'all talk about it because I was like right on the heels of it, and that was fun, man. It was fun to see all those, all the people that we grew up. I remember buying in 5th grade. I got the Chronic, Dr. Dre,
the original,
the cassette tape in Florida. My mom's like, "What does this Pro Advisory thing mean?" I'm like, "Hey, they put that on all of them." I just kind of
Oh yeah.
But I mean, that was 5th grade, man. I was like, that was our. Let Me Ride and all them songs. You're like, golly, it's just they're so nostalgic, So it was cool. It was cool to see those guys. I've grown up in so much music. My mom was big country, and then my dad was a metal guy. I mean, he played in bands. I mean, so I grew up on. I listened to everything. I mean, so my dad always said, "Good music, good music." So that's kind of how I grew up. No matter who sang it, what kind of genre. So man, some top. I'm trying to think, man.
And off topic, or going back that I used to do that same thing about the parental advisory when that first come out, because I'm a few years older than you. But I would go in and get the money to the tape guy, and he goes, you got to have a parent. I say, oh, my mom's outside. How do you think I got the money? And he's like, okay, they just sell it to you. And it would be the worst, awful rap or just the worst language. Just looking back, I'm thinking the the song content of the material. I'm like, good Lord. But hey, it was awesome. It was just a good sound. It was the sound. It was rocking. It was good.
My mom got on to me one time. She walked in my room. It was those big, it was the big boom box is not the right word, but the big music players we used to have it had the separate speakers and then the center deal and
console like a tower.
And and I don't remember. I think it was Aerosmith. Get a Grip. I think it was that tape, the one that had the cow on the front that had a pierced udder. I don't know if y'all remember that cover, but she walked in my room one time. I was listening to it at 11, like cranked to 11, and she's like, and I remember getting in trouble. I'll never forget that. My mom never got on to me, but she got on to me for something that Steven Tyler sang in that particular, or she might have just looked at the cassette and goes, "Are you kidding me?" You know, look. But anyway. That's why I know where y'all are coming from. I never forgot that. As long as I live, I won't.
Yeah, man.
So Faves, being from down there, I mean, obviously you got to be a huge Strait fan.
Oh yeah, I was a big George Strait fan, big Garth Brooks fan. You know that. I mean, them guys. I'm actually going to see Garth Brooks in April at Death Valley. He's playing LSU.
Oh, nice.
Oh, wow. He's playing at he must be doing a lot of those. He's playing in Fayetteville too.
Really? Yeah, we're going in sometime in April. We got some seats with that same buddies that was with you at your show. So we're Strait, Garth Brooks. Man, I tell you what.
What about rock? Who was your favorite rock band?
Favorite rock? Man, I'm all over the place. I was a big Incubus fan, Seven Dust, 311. I was a big 311 fan too. I mean, I was super into them guys growing up. They're still putting music out now. I mean, they've been out 25, 30 years. These guys, seems like.
Mariah Carey.
Dude, Mariah Carey. Yeah. You know what's funny? Like I was a big. I guess that's my influence from TikTok. I was a big boy band guy. Like, dude.
Were you?
Oh man.
Well, when we were in high school, they were huge. I mean,
I'm still a big Justin Timberlake fan. I've seen Timberlake a few times.
Oh, he's great. Yeah.
I actually got to go see his show with when him and Jay-Z did that like 7 stadium tour. The owner of my company I used to work for, he brought me and my wife to Miami, and we got to see that. I mean, he only did 7 of them, and I was at one of them
cool.
like 10 rows.
That's a cool spot to see it too.
That was fun, but I got a video of me and Justin Timberlake his last show in Houston. Me and him fist bumped, so that's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Crystal wasn't happy about the money I spent on those tickets, but it was worth it.
That's a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and with Jay-Z, I bet that was good.
Yeah, man. Like I was a big hip hop guy as well. Jay-Z was probably my all-time favorite rapper, you know. So this was one of those things.
I would have mine's probably Outkast if I had to pick one. Outkast. I was big Outkast. Love Outkast, still do.
Yeah, they're great.
I had to go with Snoop.
Snoop's hard to beat.
Snoop, yeah.
And Dre, everything like
I
that.
love
like
Eminem
that,
too.
Yeah,
everything Dre put his hands on after the Chronic album. Basically.
Eminem was one of them guys I would put on in the gym. That's a good playlist. You put some Eminem on, and you just kind of it can keep you going.
Oh yeah.
Hey, well, we also do something here on the podcast where we do the #1 country music song on the day you were born.
Okay.
So this would be the day you were born. What was the #1 song in country music? Does anybody want to take a stab of what June 30th, 83, the #1 song in the country world? It's ironic.
That was probably George Strait's song.
No, he's from Louisiana. A lot of people think he's from Texas.
Mel McDaniel.
Close. Funny, we played a big bar. He had a bar. We just played Billy Bob's. He had a big club in Texas too.
Mickey Gilley.
Mickey Gilley.
Oh, really?
I didn't know he was from Louisiana.
Yeah, he Mickey Gilley and Jerry Lee Lewis and what's his name? The pastor Jimmy Swaggart. They're all cousins. They're from Faraday, Louisiana.
Was it the big ballad he had?
Fool for your love. I'm a fool.
I'm just a fool for your love. Yeah.
It makes sense too. It seems like something. Now that you know that, you're going to do a TikTok video of this song. It's right up your alley, and it's your birthday song. So this is definitely an Uncle Dale hit right here by Mickey Gilley. That's a good one.
I need some new TikTok inspiration, man. But those are fun.
There
Dude,
you go.
you could wrap your wife up and do this one with "Fool for Your Love." Y'all could do something like that. That would be a good.
I did that one with the when the Brooks and Dunn they had that Brooks and Dunn song that the challenge for that one came out, and I did that one by myself in the backyard. And my wife was like, she was videoing me through the blinds. She was like, "Look at this guy."
Did you do the beta hook one?
No, you know what? I was going to do that one because a while back that came out, I was like, I got to do this one. I showed my daughter, and I was like, we got to do the beta hook one for Justin.
That was the wildest thing, man. Like, I don't have any social media on my phone. I mean, I have all the things, but I don't have it on my phone. And because Cody does it for me, and everybody's like blowing me up, going, "Man, this is crazy." And I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about, you know. And so it's crazy because that song at the time was, I don't know, 10, 11 years old or whatever. So it's just wild what people gravitate towards at certain times, you know?
Yeah, whoever did it, they like sped it up. Like y'all kind of played it at your concert in Lake Charles. You kind of played that version of it, but
yeah,
where'd that come from?
I have no idea.
No,
I still have no idea. But
yeah, I don't know where that even started, how that even got to be a thing.
Yeah, I mean, even Alabama's pitcher, I told you JR did it. Who was she was an SEC
Montana.
pitcher of the year, co-pitcher of the year. So
oh wow,
it's crazy. But anyway, well, man, I know you got to run and you got stuff to do. I'm sure you actually don't have stuff to do. You're gonna go crack a beer, I bet. But
yeah, I gotta get ready for the rodeo, man.
Oh yeah, you got a pregame, man.
Yeah, man.
So you taking the kids or just you and Crystal going?
We actually some of our friends got some like action seats like right on thing, so we're gonna be sitting close. So it's just
in the dirt.
Yeah, we're
awesome.
right there. We got some good ones. So we'll be there tonight. So
nice.
Should be a good time, man. But yeah, appreciate y'all getting me on here. I figured,
buddy.
Yeah, Matthew McConaughey. You figured might as well have me on here. You know? Good segue.
Save the best.
Yeah. Well, thanks for doing it, man. We appreciate it, and holler at us anytime you want to come out. And like I said, if you get a wild hair and want to come see straight clothes for us, you're welcome to stay at the house.
Yeah, I'll let you know because I seen that. I was like, man, that'd be a big one. And then I'm gonna look at that. I just remembered yesterday about the Cody hit me up about that golf tournament, so I need to look at those dates again, see if that works.
Yeah, we'd love to have you, man. I think last year was our first or inaugural one, and to benefit St. Jude, and we raised like $300,000. So we're hoping we can build on that this year. So
yeah, I just said it's for St. Jude, and it'll help you get some exposure out of the deal. So it's not just helping people who need help; you'll actually get some press out of the deal. Which I know that's the only way you're going to come. But yeah, I actually saw the numbers. I got it. I was on an email a couple of days ago, just where we're already with the proceeds that are already promised for this year's thing. We're already over $500,000 for St. Jude.
Wow,
in 2 years.
That's amazing.
Already.
That's
so
awesome.
if we sell this thing out, it's going to be a big check to cut to Memphis. So. Yep. So awesome. Well, thank you, Uncle Dale. Stay out of trouble. Tell Tim and Faith we said hello. Get you a selfie with Tim and Faith, and y'all have fun. And we'll see you down the road soon, brother.
Hey, and I'll send you Kate's number to give to Crystal.
Okay, we'll do it, man. We'll talk to you guys.
All right, buddy.
Thanks,
man.
Buddy. Later.
Well, there he was, our old buddy Uncle Dale.
He's a trip.
He's a riot.
My favorite quote, I think, is Uncle Dale loves him some Uncle Dale.
Yeah. And then I said, you're doing this charity. Yeah, it gets me some exposure. Why not? He's so ridiculous.
He is. He's a good guy, man.
Oh yeah.
And I really, in all sincerity, I would encourage anybody, especially with kids, and in particular little girls like I have, and he has one. Go check the show out. It's called OutDaughtered. It's a really cool story, and it's really entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, and Dale's hilarious in it. And I don't know that translates into any proceeds for them or not, but I'm just telling you because we watched it all, and it's hard to find things, JR, now that you can watch with your kids.
Right.
I mean, there's just not a ton of things that would pique your interest as a parent and keep the attention of the kids
without being too much for the kids.
Yeah. And this, at least for us, and maybe it's because we have a lot of kids and we know the chaos that is involved with that, which is what these these guys deal with in the show, but it's a lot of fun. And they go on like different vacations. I mean, there's one they go skiing, and it's just it's always a disaster or what, like just like us. And
right.
Yeah, we really related to it. So I would encourage everybody to go to TLC Go app, the TLC Go app, and check out OutDaughtered. So
yeah, and like I said, he does all kinds of charity stuff you can kick in on if you see, and then those videos he does, and I'm sure they'll get picked up at some point to come back and do an update on the fam and all that. If not, get his own spinoff because he's a dang hoot. Wanted to do a couple of questions real quick before we get out of here, and a couple of shout outs. Oh, this was interesting, I thought. This was Jason sent me this on JR the Handler chat. He said, hey, JR and JM, I think would be awesome if you guys get fellow Arkansas and NASCAR legend Mark Martin on the podcast.
That's a good idea. I don't know Mark personally, but he's been on our radio show, not since I've been on there. So I know I could probably get to him, and I haven't thought about that. We still need to get John Daly, another Arkansan that would be a hoot to have on too.
Gosh, yeah.
So there's a ton of guests that we've had a couple of repeat guests, I guess. Granger being one of them. But I think it's amazing we've done this for so long, JR, and we've not repeated guests very much at all, and we still have a ton of people that we know we can and would like to get on.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, tons. I mean, we hadn't even scratched the surface, really. We've had some excellent guests, but we hadn't even really – and a lot of these guys we've had on, and after we're off, we think – or we see them the next time, it's like, next time let's talk about this. Or we could talk for 3 hours, and we only
to
talk
everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's always more. But Jason continues on with also I've heard you guys talk about Don Williams on the podcast. You guys really need to hear – Telly Savalas sing Some Broken Hearts Never Mend. He said, OMG, it was surprisingly great. So,
Telly Savalas.
Remember him? Bald actor back in the 70s?
No.
He was a tough guy actor. Yeah, he was in like Kelly's Heroes. But, yeah, you'll know when you see him. You'll remember him from commercials and stuff. He's huge in the 70s.
Okay.
And I kind of remember him, back then everybody did act, sang, danced, everything. So I look forward to seeing that. That's good. Thanks for that heads up on that, Jason. This is from a visitor from Houston, Texas, sent in on the jrthehandler.com chat page. Hey, JR and JM, I just found the Just More podcast on Spotify about a month ago, and I'm already to the end of season 3. Love every minute of every episode.
Wow. Awesome.
Thank you, buddy.
Awesome. That's cool to hear because you just kind of expect everybody that's listening has heard of it by now.
Right, yeah.
Or whatever.
Well, I remember when
cool.
I first, it was years, that podcast had been around for years before I ever heard my first one. It was Josh Cross, our old guitar player. It was like, you ever heard this podcast? I'm like, yeah, I've heard of them. But so, yeah, it's really cool.
Right.
There's all kinds of cool stuff on podcast land. I got this from Kathy Sue Dietrich. She sent, hi, JR. I've enjoyed the podcast since it started and just got caught up today. Took me a while to find the time after moving our family overseas to Israel for my husband's work. Love the podcast even more now. Listening to you guys really takes me back to Oregon, to our country roots we miss so much. Keep up the good work. One of our favorite things to do is blast some JM music with the windows down, driving around the country of Israel, acting like total Americans. Nothing beats hearing my 3.5-year-old sing Small Town USA. Once my husband's job is complete here and we head back to the States, a goal of ours to enjoy life more, and that'll definitely include going to some Justin shows. Cheers from the Holy Land, and God bless.
That's cool, man. I don't think I've ever heard from anybody in Israel, whether it be on social media or, come to shows or any. That's really cool.
Yep. So God bless you, Kathy, Sue, and Dietrich family. Y'all be safe over there and get back home. And let us know when you do get back home. We'd love to see you at a show. Yeah, that was really neat. That's a long distance one for sure. I want to say this. I just got my Dr. Bums in. They sent. I don't know if you got some of these Dr. Bums.
I didn't yet.
I'm going to be checking this out. We're going to circle back. We may have a new sponsor here with these guys, Dr. Bum.
What exactly is it?
Just, it's actually, I've got a all animal antimicrobial skin, hot spot, and wound care spray. It's like, so if they have, I know Lola in the summer, she gets like rashes and stuff. So I'm assuming you put that there to keep them from getting raw and wore out. And then the other one is an all dirt and odor elimination spray. So I'm assuming when, I hadn't dug into.
Think that'll work on Great Dane poop?
Well, I thought about this, sometimes if they're, I thought about that too, if I don't want to give her a bath and she's been out here rolling or something and I catch a, whiff of something, I just spray her down that one, give her a little once over. It's probably like an in-between bath type thing. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to checking out. Really looking forward to trying that hot spot spray because I know Lola, it says for smooth, clean, heal, irritation, sores, abrasions, cuts, and more. And I know she gets from rolling around and stuff, it gets hot in the summer. So thank those guys for sending us that. Look forward to checking that out. And hopefully they'll come on with some other stuff. Just got a text from Basil. He's so ridiculous.
What's he got to say?
Oh, Lord. Let's see. What did Basil just say? Got to get you in rotation. Good stuff today.
He wants you to call in like weekly.
I will for sure. Did you tell him that just morning's just not my thing, kind of no matter what? I mean, I will if we got to, but I will because I do enjoy it. When I get up in time, I enjoy it. But I meant to mention this when Uncle Dale was here and talking about family. My mother-in-law's in town. That's what took me a second to jump on today. She's been here since Monday, her and a friend. And I found it last night. I was like, I can't play cards till 2 a.m. every night. It's a weekday for me. I've got to do a podcast tomorrow. Been wanting to get on the radio. I want to be on the radio show Monday morning. So finally got up today about 7 something. Came out here by myself, listened to a couple of hours, and told the guys, they wanted to. And then RJ called me, which was awesome, and I enjoyed it. But it's the same.
Did he call you? I didn't know.
Yeah,
he didn't even say that.
That was what. Yeah, RJ said, hey, we're trying to surprise Justin, and then Basil announces. So I was going to do a whole spiel, act like I was somebody else just calling, but yeah, so RJ called me. But yeah, it was fun, and I enjoy listening to it. It's like I said, I was kind of groggy. I was just getting my coffee going, and then after 10 minutes of you guys, I'm up. I'm lights on. I'm awake now.
Yeah. Wait, you drank coffee?
Yeah, it was kind of cool. I do at home some. I'll do it if it's cool. Once it gets hot.
Really? I don't think I've ever seen you drink coffee.
It's rare. But I do like some from time to time. Let's see what I got here.
Stuff fool for your love. Now I have that song in my head.
It's a good one.
Didn't he do his most famous was probably well, the girls all get prettier closing time.
Yeah, that and what was the slow one that was was a cover.
Okay. Didn't he have one in was it Urban Cowboy he had one in?
Yeah.
Or was that somebody else?
Johnny Lee. Johnny Lee was the big one.
Oh, that was
Looking for Love in all the Wrong Place. Johnny Lee.
Yeah. But I was thinking he had another big ballad, man.
He did. I can't believe I can't think of it right a second. I've got it on my.
I'm gonna have to look it up because that's gonna drive me nuts.
I should know these kind of things.
Fool for Your Love was big.
Yeah, no doubt. Number one.
The other one was bigger that I just said. He's still alive, man. Guess how old he is?
Mickey Gilley, got to be 80s.
85.
85.
You know where he was born? I guess he grew up in.
Where is it Texas?
I guess he grew up in Louisiana, but one of the places you call home.
Mississippi?
Yeah.
What
Natchez.
town? Natchez? Yeah, maybe so. Maybe they came back. I know, like I say, he and Jimmy Swaggart and Jerry Lee Lewis were all cousins, and they all grew up playing the same piano and stuff.
That's right. I forgot about that. That's right. Yeah.
And but Natchez
Golly. Guess how many number ones he had?
Natchez is on the Louisiana state line.
I'm stunned by this. I would have guessed. What would you? I would have guessed probably 4.
He was big in the 70s. I don't know, 10 or 12?
20.
20?
Never would have guessed that.
Yeah.
Never would have guessed that.
Yeah, he was big in the 70s and 80s, obviously. Golly, love to get him on sometime. Get him out to a show. Where does it say where he lives now?
I didn't look. Stand By Me.
Stand By Me, that was it.
Stand By Me.
The country version of Stand By Me.
Me.
That was
it. Stand by me. If you're in need, won't you stand by me. Yeah, that was the one I was thinking of.
Yep, that was a huge song, and he crushed it. That was Ben E. King's song. But, yeah, I know. So I remember a friend of mine, Captain Midnight, from Southern Holler. He was telling me a story when he was in a band from New Orleans, and they would travel back and forth to Memphis. One time, they just literally drove to Jerry Lee Lewis's house, and one of his people came out there and let him in. They hung out with Jerry Lee Lewis all day, and he showed him stuff and hung out at Jerry Lee Lewis's house.
The Killer.
South of Memphis. Yeah, said it was just old school. The gates with the music notes and all that, and it was just. He said it was plush. It was amazing. Really,
how
like
cool,
going to Elvis's house.
How cool is it if your nickname is the Killer?
The Killer. Nobody follows the Killer. That's what he
Nobody
told Elvis.
follows the Killer.
Nobody follows the Killer. Don't tell Elvis.
I
or
mean,
is it Johnny
is just,
Cash? Both of them probably.
I don't know. That is just great. Either one. Imagine telling that to either one of those guys. Nobody follows the Killer. I think it was Elvis. Actually, now that you say that.
Yeah. I got another one here on Instagram from Brian Costello. He says, "Hey, JR, love the podcast, and I'm a huge JM fan since the beginning. I'll be at the Charleston show." Well, this is from last year. I already got that one. See, I got this the other day. Okay, now it's not in order. It popped up just a couple weeks ago. All of my Instagram messages became new again. Like I haven't read them. So
that's weird. And
this one I just hit on was from 25 weeks ago, right next to one from last week and 2 weeks ago, and one from 16 hours ago. So anyway, well, sorry about that. Brian, what's up? Hope you had a good time at the show. I think I'm sure I clicked on that and we shouted about that before. But want to give a shout out. I know a couple weeks ago we were in Mississippi. We were at the rodeo, and I got this note, and I didn't get a chance to get up with them. They want us to come by their trailer that day and check out their stuff. But the Union, Mississippi, FFA, shout out to that guys and all the future farmers of America all over this great country. I want to say shout out to y'all. Shout out to the Union FFA there. Shout out to my buddy Dude Man. You didn't get to see him. He dropped me off the show. But Davey Ulbrich, my old songwriting buddy from Texas, who's back living in Texas, he got to give me a little tour around Blanco and Dripping Springs and stuff. It was really good to catch up with Dude Man and his wife Susan. He told me to tell you, hey, but you know, that's how cool some people are. Hey, don't even want to come to the show. Just drop me all that. We'll catch up later. I got stuff to do. Well, I'll come see y'all when you're, show next time.
Yeah. Good dude.
Oh, yeah. I said earlier, my shout out to my mother-in-law. I love Miss Rondalyn. We call her Sugar. She's down here looking at some condos, so maybe she'll be a little closer. Like we're talking moving family around, maybe she'll be down here a little more. Had a great time at Billy Bob's. You guys got to record the show there that morning. Good to see that bunch. Got to catch up with Joey. Got to see our dear buddy Robert Gallagher, legend, who we are going to have on the podcast at some point to tell some stories from there. Our brother Cody, repping the hat. We're both repping Cody hats today. And our buddy Tristan Twizzleman, the Twister from California, came out and shot some stuff with us. The Twister from Twisted Air Cinema. That's his cool hat. I wear it sometimes. I want to say thanks out to Tristan and all the AA folks, Jessica and Lauren and all them for making a good Texas run for us. And now on to other things. We got this weekend off. You guys are going to do – is it spring break this week for you guys?
No. Actually, I was going to tell you, I looked at my schedule this coming week and freaked out. I go, oh, my gosh, our spring break trip is next week? And Kate's going, no, it's in like 3 weeks. I said, oh, gosh, do we have that blocked off? It's not next week, no.
I got you. Or this coming weekend, I guess I'd say.
No, but it's put on the iCal, which is what we use.
Mm-hmm.
It's put on there as next week, which is not at all true. But it is, I believe, like the 20th, the week of the beginning of the 20th.
Okay.
So right after George Strait show.
Gotcha.
That following week.
Gotcha.
So anyway, I freaked out a little bit going, oh my gosh, like what? But no, but what I have coming up this weekend, we're not playing, but so as soon as we get off of here today, I'm actually going to try to finish writing a song that was sent to me that was half finished that I love. And that's kind of typical. People will start a song and go, hey, they'll send it to me and say, hey, if you like this, we'd love for you to, help finish it or whatever. And, every now and then you get a gem, and I really love this song. So I'm going to get off here, get on another Zoom call, and try to finish writing a song today because I leave – as you're hearing this, I leave today, this evening, to head to Nashville because we're going into the studio because we're working on a new album, and we'll probably get. Our goal is to get 5 songs recorded for that album, and so you got new music hopefully to look forward to here. And everybody always asks when's it going to come out. I would guess maybe 3rd, 4th quarter of the year because we're already close to the 2nd quarter, and we're not finished obviously with it. We've got some of it done. This would probably be the rest of it, if you will. But then obviously you got to go sing it and mix it. Yeah, and do all that.
I heard
anyway,
you
kind of excited to be back in the studio though.
Oh, I bet you played us some tracks this past weekend on the bus that were fantastic. I've heard a few of them.
And those were just demos,
right? I mean, I'm loving the material. It kind of reminds me of the last album, which was just chock full of just good old standard country, Yeah, I think
there's some different. There's some good but different good ideas, song ideas,
right?
That in this group of songs that we'll put out. So I'm really excited about it, and I think it'll be my 7th album or 8th, 7th. I forget.
Yeah, and being back on the road a little bit, then going back to the studio, you got your mojo back now that we're back on the road some. Your voice is back 100% and all that stuff. And I know, like even Jeremy and them in the studio, they're back to full swing and the doors are open and things are moving and the red light's on. So I'm sure that's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I feel good. My voice feels good. I think I've probably lost about 10 pounds.
Nice.
So I feel good there.
Yep. Get that wind
I'd like to lose maybe 10 more.
Right.
But I'd like to grow some hair.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like for my trees to quit dropping leaves. That would be amazing.
Hey, what we do have to look forward to though, as we talked about on the radio show, is in maybe 2 weeks from today. No, less than 2 weeks. My watch is wrong. Is daylight savings time.
Yes.
So we get way more daylight, which, again, I don't understand why we ever change it. Who's in favor of that law? I don't know who. But
No one.
But finally, it won't be dark at 5:30 anymore.
Criminals at night that want to do bad things at night are the only people who want it to be dark longer.
So, we got that to look forward to in the coming weeks. And us getting back on tour. We got about JR, maybe a month before we start hitting it hot and heavy. And
yeah, we've got that weekend, Daylight Savings. You and I will be in Arizona. We've got a show on March 12th in Tucson, March 13th at Prescott Valley, Arizona. You can go to Justin's website. I know there's tickets for these shows left. They're going fast, though, so get on there and get them as the country open backs up. I'm sure all this stuff's going to sell out eventually. Then we've got, we're going to take a few days off. We got St. Patty's Day, and then like you said, the King's going to close the show for you in Little Rock at the arena there. So can't be more excited than to go play a show with George Strait.
Yeah, you guys another week or so off, and then boom.
Yep, and then you guys are going to do your actual ski trip that we have marked as block day off for some reason instead of spring break. But and then we do Lafayette, Alabama, which is outside Opelika, which is close to Auburn, on April 2nd. I know that's announced, and tickets are going for that fast, so get on that. And then Hiawassee, Georgia, which is that beautiful place up north Georgia mountains we've played before.
Yeah, on a lake. Yeah.
Yep, beautiful lake, Lake Hiawassee up there. I think that's the Blackfoot Mountains. Anyway, it's beautiful up there. No, Blue Ridge Mountains. Yes, the very beginning of the Blue Ridge Mountains. So tickets are on sale for that.
That's where Jeremy's from, Blue Ridge Mountain.
Yeah,
area.
right close to that. Elijah is not far at all from Hiawassee. I talked to some people on the socials that said they'd already got their tickets, so those tickets are out for sale now. And then, end of April is when we really start back. We start our tour with Granger. We're going to start in Pensacola April 22nd, and then rock on out for the summertime, spring and summer. Looks good. Looks fun all over the country. I know people have hit me up about why aren't you going to play here? Why aren't you going to play there? We've probably going to book another 20 shows before it's all said and done. So hopefully we'll fill in all those gaps in all these other states. I know I've seen some stuff come across the board, so we're going to stretch out. So we'll get to you.
For sure. And thank you guys for hanging out with us today. I don't know what's going on, JR, but I like this.
Lord.
So I've swapped earbuds to try to fix it. It's not working. So We're gonna call it. We had Uncle Dale. Thanks to him for coming on. I'm gonna go write a song. Hopefully, one day you'll hear it on the radio. You never know.
There you go.
And we're gonna get out of here. We've almost gone 2 hours, hour and a half, something like that. So
Yep.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show today. We'll see you on the road, or we'll catch you here next week on the Justin Moore podcast. And thank you guys.
All right. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
Today's episode is sponsored by Bobcat. If you're like me, you don't like to sit still for very long. You look out the window and see possibilities. What if I planted a row of trees over there? It'd be nice to clear that trail in those woods. That's why Bobcat equipment is so great. Its compact size, powerful performance, and big-time versatility will keep up with all your ideas for your property. With a few attachments or implements and a Bobcat tractor, for example, you can do big things in small amounts of time. It's perfect for me when I have a break from touring or recording. Take a look at tractors, utility vehicles, mowers, and more at bobcat.com, or pay a visit to your local dealer. Hey, what's up, guys? Justin Moore here. I want to remind everyone out there listening that my wife Kate has an awesome children's clothing boutique in downtown Benton, Arkansas. It's Central Arkansas. So if you're local, come see us at 119 West South Street in downtown historic Benton, Arkansas. Again, that's 119 West South Street in Benton, Arkansas. And if you're not local, we ship everywhere. So you can find us at shopthislittlepiggy.com and see all that we have to offer. All that my wife Kate has to offer, I should say. Facebook, you can find us at Shop This Little Piggy AR, and Instagram, you can find us at Shop This Little Piggy AR. But check us out. It's called This Little Piggy, and see what we got to offer. ShopThisLittlePiggy.com.
Hi, y'all. This is Brandon Bing, singer-songwriter and whiskey maker. You're tuning into the Justin Moore Podcast. Visit EasyLiquor.com to grab your bottle of Bangtail Whiskey and join the Blue Collar Swaller family today. Follow us on all socials at Bangtail Whiskey for more news and updates. Now pour Jigger and take this 8-second ride with us.
Hey, gang. As y'all have heard, the Justin Moore Podcast has recently teamed up with Wrangler. Wrangler has been an icon in authentic American style around the world for more than 70 years. With a rich legacy rooted in the American West, Wrangler commits to offering unmatched quality and timeless design. As y'all have heard me and Justin talk about on here, George Strait and Alan Jackson, they're Wranglers. We wear Wranglers too. Its collections are also for men and women, children, to look and feel great, inspiring those who wear them to be strong and ready for life every day. Wrangler is available in retail stores worldwide, including brand flagship stores in Denver and Dallas, department stores, mass market retailers, specialty shops, Western outfitters, and online. For more information, visit Wrangler.com. And you know you've heard it here, and you've seen it on stage, the Justin Moore Podcast. Dang glad to be partnered up with Wrangler because we're big fans and have been for a long, long time. Can't go wrong with a nice pair of Wranglers, y'all. I wear the Wrangler Retro. Justin wears the black one some. It's my go-to. I get mine at Academy. So if you're around an Academy or just about anywhere, you can get you a pair of Wranglers, whether you want to look like George Strait, or you want to look like JM, or you want to look like me. You can get you some Wranglers, and you can do that. Whether you're in North California or South Alabama or Montana, Texas, Ohio, Wyoming, wherever, a pair of Wranglers will get the job done. Long live cowboys and plowboys. For more information, visit Wrangler.com. For any of you first-time listeners out there, at the end of each of our episodes, I like to do a little reading out of a book I've had that I've got a lot of use out of over the years. The book is by Mr. Charlie Daniels, and the book is called Let's All Make the Day Count, The Everyday Wisdom of Charlie Daniels. Number 39, a totally unexpected blessing. Take delight in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. Psalms 37:4. On October 16, 2016, I was given an honor that came completely out of the blue like a lightning bolt. I was inducted into the Country Music Hall of Fame. I've been told about it several weeks before, and my reaction was emotional to say the least. It's an accomplishment that you can only dream about, as there is no practical way of go about achieving it. It's strictly decided upon by a group of your peers, and you don't even know who they are. There are only 3 inductions a year, and to be one of the 3 is an honor beyond description. I know in my heart that there are those out there who deserve to be inducted in the Hall of Fame much more than I do. I do not write about my induction to in any way elevate myself, but to illustrate the goodness of God. Although I thought there was a good possibility that I would never be inducted, I will admit that it was a treasured desire of my heart, and God granted it. As I look back over my 82 years, I can see where the hand of God has been so evident in my life. In times of danger, He has protected me. He has lifted me out of financial trouble, given me a wonderful woman to share my life with, and given us a child and grandchildren to love. His fingerprints are all over my career. I attribute everything good that has ever happened to me to Him and His Son, Jesus Christ, my Lord and Savior. Dare to dream, continue to hope, keep your faith front and center, and walk on. Let's all make the day count.